I got a great question that I know comes up oh so often, and I'm excited to dive into it. The question is, hey Heather, I've got about 25 pounds to lose or X amount of pounds to lose. What is the best workouts to be doing? Cardio or strength training? Dun, dun, dun. Now, before I get into my answer, I just want to ask you to please like and subscribe to me on YouTube. The more that you are liking these videos, sharing these videos, the more that you and I can help spread some, as I like to call it, weight loss sanity to the interwebs. So please join me on that mission by liking, subscribing. And you can also set up alerts to get notifications when new videos come out. So this is a great question because I think what it is we get distracted from what is actually the heavy hitter when it comes to weight loss, whether you're losing 25 pounds, whether you're losing 100 pounds, and that is your calorie deficit. The answer is neither A nor B, it is C, right? It is not cardio. It is not strength training. It is the calorie deficit. I have interviewed people on the Half Size Me podcast who got no exercise whatsoever and they lost weight. Crazy, I know. I actually remember interviewing a girl. She had something wrong. She couldn't even, I think she was like in a wheelchair, if memory serves me correctly, and lost this weight. Now, did she have to be super tight with her calories? Was her calorie allotment much lower because of the lack of physical activity? Yes. But could she lose weight? Would she have been able to lose the last 25 pounds? Absolutely. You must be in a calorie deficit. Now, if you enjoy exercise and you're capable of exercise, the next question becomes, what suits you best? So for example, somebody who, and this is probably, I'd say 80% of the population, if you're somebody who gets triggered to be hungrier because you put in long bouts of cardio, I would encourage you not to do that because again, what is the heavy hitter to lose that 25 pounds? Your calorie deficit. Anything that interferes with you eating in a way to hit said calorie deficit needs to be really evaluated and analyzed. So this is why I do a lot of walking and why I did a lot of walking in my weight loss journey, because walking typically for most people does not evoke the same hunger response as say running, jogging, high impact cardio, things of that nature. Now, if you're somebody who likes to do it in small spurts, maybe 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and you don't find it makes you hungrier, or you're that other 20% of the population who maybe actually loses your appetite because of cardio, then maybe that would be a good fit for you. Now, strength training across the board, I think for aging females, and I mean, we're all aging, right? Like literally I'm 3 minutes older since I hit record on this video. So we're constantly aging, right? I think for all women, strength training of some kind, whether it's body weight, whether it's functional strength training, whether it's dumbbells, barbells, whether it's resistance bands, any kind of strength training I think is extremely helpful because as we age, right, I think it's past the age of 33 or 35, we start to see a decline in muscle mass. I would encourage all women to strength train, but again, not because it's going to help you lose the last 25 pounds, because it's going to make you really strong and functional as you age. It's going to add some nice definition to your body. It's going to fill up. When you lose body fat, there's space. I'd rather have muscle filling up that space because now that fat is not there, right, it's going to droop down. But if you put muscle in there, it actually makes it look better. So for somebody who's saying, I want to look good, I want to feel good, and I want to lose the 25 pounds, strength training I definitely feel should be part of the requirement for somebody that's looking for that. If you don't care and you just want to lose 25 pounds of body weight, you could literally sit in a chair, eat a low enough calorie allotment, and drop 25 pounds. You don't really have to do a specific kind of exercise. I do encourage walking. I do encourage strength training because I think it makes you a healthier human being. but it is not a requirement. And remember, exercise is really super beneficial for so many health markers. So it needs to be almost viewed in its own classification. It's not about weight loss. It's about longevity, functionality, feeling good, maybe reducing medications. There's so many benefits: stress management, anxiety management. So the list goes on and on and on. But if we're talking strictly body weight change, calorie deficit, that's the straightforward answer. So that is what I would encourage you to think about. If you're going to do any exercise, make sure it doesn't elicit a hunger response for you, where you're like, and for a lot of women too, strength training when you first start will create that hunger response. I've worked with many women when they first 2 to 4 weeks of strength training, they're very hungry. And the reason and not all, of course, it's never all, but a good enough percentage that I think it's worth mentioning. And we really look at trying to be intentional with putting maintenance calories on strength training days and incorporating enough protein in bulk to help fill them up. Once you've been doing it 4 to 6 weeks, that tapers off. That's the good news. It doesn't stay forever. But either way, you might notice a hunger increase. And if your goal is just to lose weight, you would most definitely want to focus on calorie deficit first. Anything that interferes, maybe put off for a while. Or if you're like, Heather, I totally get what you're saying. My physical health is really important to me, but I also do want to lose weight. So I know I might have this initial, hunger spike from weight training and eating in a calorie deficit. And I'm willing to get through that couple weeks of discomfort. Or I'm willing to do short bouts of cardio because I really love it. I like how I feel, but I get that if I do it too much or for too long, I might elicit that hunger response you mentioned. So that's just kind of how I would encourage you to think about it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.